Feast your eyes on this beautiful 2022 Harley Davidson Street Glide ST from Biggs Harley Davidson in San Marcos.
This really is a phenomenal machine with a 117 motor. It's beautiful. It rides smoothly. The only thing I would change so far is the seat. I love the way it looks, lower profile, better for shorter legs like mine to touch the ground. However, I would give up a little bit of that in order to have a little less vibration in my butt. Again, it's a smooth ride, and you've got a massive motor underneath you. Certainly a bike for distance. Nimble enough that it's cool to cruise around town. Just want a little bit softer seat.
Now I'm rolling in to see my buddy Dave Stahl, Paul Rudy, and the crew here at KUSI TV to review this beautiful bike.
Details when you define power.
A 117 motor. It's a massive motor, 1923 cc's. It's got 127, I think, 0.9 foot-pounds of torque. Basically, hook it up to a tree trunk, and you'd feel like you could pull it out of the ground. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it is just powerful.
And yet I feel like I'm in the slot, man. It's really comfortable.
Right, the back of the seat, right? How it comes up the lower back?
Right.
Yeah. And it's only 26.7 inches off the ground. For you, no problem, because you're tall. For me, it's everything.
All right, so what are we talking dollars and cents to get on something like this?
About $29,000 and change.
So it's not cheap.
It's not.
But, I mean, you get what you pay for.
You do. And the thing about this too, Dave, that he and I were talking about earlier is it's got the standard bags instead of the stretch.
Right.
And it also has a higher suspension so that you have better lean angle. This is a performance bagger.
So who's going to buy this? Other than someone like me who's going through a midlife crisis, who else is going to?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Who's this marketed for?
I think the next generation of a Harley owner. You got the guy and girl that'll buy a Sportster or maybe a used bike, get comfortable, get really good at it, see something like this, and make the move. Haven't you noticed that too?
I have, yeah. I call this pretty much just anyone who wants to ride is going to enjoy this bike because even though it weighs like 814 pounds, it's a heavy bike, it's balanced so well that when you pull it off the stand, it's not like my old 2000 Road King Classic. Right. It's not hard to pull off the stand. If you did that right now, it'd be easy for you. And even at that weight, when you're cruising, let me tell you, see what I mean? Like it was pretty easy for you. So to Dave's point, I do think this is someone who goes, you know, I really want to get into a Harley. I want to travel because you can, but I want something stylish that doesn't have the big pizza box. You can add one if you want. You can add a passenger seat if you want to. This is someone that wants to look great on the road and just have that power and the fun to ride.
Just quickly, the heat management system, good, bad?
So well improved over the years, it's incredible. So you're not going to burn your leg anymore on the side of the tail, on the pipe like I do on my 2000.
Go ahead, at least start it since you're not going to.
Okay, how do I?
All right, so clutch in always.
Okay, yep.
And then when you do it, all you're going to do is just give it a second here. It's in neutral, and even if it's not, just leave the clutch in. And then you're going to press that button there till it starts. Oh, hold on. All the way in. Oh, you went one too far. Hold on. Now it's going to do it. There it is. And you can get this at Biggs Harley Davidson in San Marcos. Right. It's, like we said, 29 and change. You would not be disappointed in this bike.
I might not be back, Lauren. We'll be coming back with the 7 o'clock hour, hopefully.
So I'm going to give you some more specs at the end of the video, but for now, I want to show you the GTS boom box. You have navigation that I'm clicking on here. You can actually preset it, follow it as you go to a destination. You even have waypoints. If you get off the path and you need to find gas, it'll give you the nearest gas station. It'll get you back to your previous route if you get lost. You can see here you've got arrival time, the distance to arrival, you've got your clock mode on how long it took you. There's so many different features on this Boombox GTS that it really is, I call it a mini NASA station. If this is something you're into, you're going to love this on this bike. It's obvious what I'm showing you here, the current speed, the speed limit in the area that you're riding through, of course your heading. Now I like this a lot because you can actually ask this to tell you how long before you have to make your next turn. How far out do you want it to give you that information? Your overall average speed, the total time on the bike, the moving time, as opposed to when you stop for gas or take a break. GPS signal strength is obvious. Temperature's a no-brainer. The elevation. This really tells you everything. You've got your horn, you've got your brights for your lights. When you hook your phone up to your bike, you can just press the talk button there. Now on to some of your basic specs on this 2022 Harley Davidson Street Glide ST. I'm going to have more of the information for you in the description below and on the screen at the end of this video. But it's a 117 motor, as you heard me say previously in the video. It's 1923 cc's. You've got 127 foot-pounds of torque, 6-speed transmission. The seat height is 26.7 inches off the ground, which makes it nice for guys like me and gals like me who have shorter legs. I'm a 29-inch inseam. You have a 6-gallon tank for more distance. They say it averages 41 miles per gallon. I do believe you could probably get a little more than that if you stay off the throttle, but that's what they're telling us. It's 814 pounds, which is a heavier bike, but it's balanced very well, so I didn't find it hard to pull off the kickstand at all. You're running right around $29,000 in change. You can get it at bigshd.com, so check that out as well. Now, the saddlebags, as I mentioned, are traditional instead of stretch, so you have a better lean angle. You've got your standard anti-lock braking system, ABS, and it's got emulsion technology rear shocks with a single knob, so you can hydraulically adjust the preload for optimal ride and control. I think that's a nice feature on this bike. You've got Daymaker LED headlamps, and you have a smart security system with a proximity-based hands-free security fob. Those are just some of the specs. As I said, I've got some down below for you, and I'll put them on the screen right here for the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to Motorcycle Monkey channel, share it with your friends, and ride safely. I will see you on the next one.